Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So I'll minimize.
Sure.
In between, if you find something you have any trouble, you can call me.
Sure, sure, ma'am. Definitely. Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Yeah, see you, ma'am. Hi, good evening, all of you. Am I audible
Evening, sir.
to all of you?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Right. So let us quickly discuss the things which were discussed
Good
yesterday. So, yeah, good evening. So let us quickly recall the things which were discussed yesterday. So all of us will be on the same page.
evening,
Then we
sir.
will start our conversation ahead with the topics which are there for the discussion for today. Just hold on. Right. So I think all of you pretty remember the things which were discussed yesterday. So can you quickly just put it in the chat box, the things which you remember from yesterday's discussion? Yeah, I'm waiting for your responses. As I can see, many of you were there in the yesterday's session. Sales promotion, okay. Okay, Jeet. Yeah, anything apart from sales promotion? Yeah, any more responses? Packaging. Okay, thanks, Akhil. Packaging we have talked about yesterday. Product line, branding, nice. Okay. Distribution management. Okay, fine. Consumer behavior. Okay, right. I think day before yesterday we discussed about consumer behavior. Anyway, so these were in the same line. Okay, so majorly, like I'll quickly just try to connect all of you with the things which were discussed yesterday. Types of competition. Okay, thanks for adding on. So we have started our discussion yesterday with product line decisions. What are the major decisions with as a marketer which we need to take when we are looking at our product lines, right? And we have talked about product line width. Then we have talked about product line length, and what is this product line breadth, or we can say the depth of the product lines which can be over there for any marketer. Then we have talked about some packaging decisions or packaging functions and how packaging play its role in marketing, and why it is really important to have a good packaging as a marketer, how it can be a marketing tool for you. So this is the next thing which we have discussed yesterday. Then we have talked about on the lines of like how integrated marketing communication is really important, right? And we have talked about all these, like all the promotional mix channels which we have discussed before, so how they can work integrated in an integrated manner. And if we try to integrate both traditional as well as digital channels, so how it plays its important role. So we talked about in integrated marketing communication, right? Then we have talked about some of the advertising modes. We have talked about the personal selling process, and also in the end we have talked about yeah, five forces. Yeah, thank you for adding on. So then we talked about like there is an important role of competition, and this is something which we cannot ignore at all. So competition is something which is a fact for each and every business, and it is there. So as a marketer, whatever strategy which we are taking ahead, so we have to keep in the mind there are the rivalries or there are the competitors which are there in the market. We talked about the five forces which have been the framework which has been designed by Mike Porter. So we will discuss what are the five forces which actually impacts the marketer's decision, and what are these forces that as a marketer we have to keep in the mind. And in the last, we have majorly talked about the distribution management, two or three things, majorly in terms of what can be the different distribution channels, and how it is really crucial for a marketer to have a strong distribution network in terms of connecting with end consumers, right? So moving ahead today, let me just start sharing my screen first, and we'll continue our discussion. Okay. So today, majorly, we are going to talk about how products are different from services, and how product marketing is different from services marketing. So we'll talk about majorly in this context. What are the service characteristics which actually makes the services very much different from the products, and how there is a requirement of a completely different mechanism to market the services as compared to the products. So little bit emphasize we are going to give on services marketing. What is the services marketing triangle? We'll talk about this, and then we'll move ahead with digital marketing, and what is digital marketing all about, what are the different popular modes of digital marketing which as a marketer we can use. There is a major shift which we are seeing in consumer behavior, in a sense like technology is nowadays playing its prominent role. So how technology is changing consumer behavior, and what are the things which we are seeing today which were not there previously, in terms of consumer behavior, in terms of changes which are happening in the marketplace. So on this lines we are going to discuss about how technology is playing its role in consumer behavior, in changing consumer behavior. Then we'll be talking about what is green marketing, and why green marketing is important. And there is a nowadays there's a separate area of study which is known as rural marketing, because the needs and wants of the people who are residing in the rural area, and the needs and wants of the people who are at the bottom of the pyramid, who are the people at the bottom of the pyramid, who are having not all this like whatever resources which we are having, though the people who are living in the cities and towns, so they are deprived with some of the resources, but they are equally capable in generating the demand, needs and wants, and their needs and wants are certainly different from the people who are residing in the cities and towns. So what is the kind of approach which is required in terms of marketing to them? So we'll talk about this as well. So these are the major set of discussions which are there for today. So let us first start our discussion with understanding the fact like how products are different from services, right? So a product is something which is very much tangible, right? And definitely one can acquire it and consume it at later point in time, and one can have a form kind of a ownership over a product, right? So for example, if you are buying a car, or if you are buying any other vehicle, you are buying a mobile phone, so definitely you are having a ownership, and you can keep it with you, and you can use it at a later point in time as well. It is not actually required you to consume the same product at the same time, right? So in future, up to what durability that product promises, and when and where you require it, so definitely you can carry it with you and you can use it, right? So that is the reason. So it is known as like products are produced, then stored and later sold, and still can be consumed at any point in time, right? So there are different products. I'm not going in details like what we are going to call it as products and what we are going to call it services, but these are very much different from the services. Why? Because services are something which is intangible act, right? And that is usually performed by a service provider, and that has a capability to satisfy any need or want, and very importantly, that does not result in the ownership of anything, right? And why this line is really important in this the meaning which we are trying to get out of this what is services. So ownership is something which very much differentiates the products and services, right? So whatever kind of services which you get, either you are getting a kind of airline service, or maybe a haircut service, or it can be any kind of security service, it can be any kind of a communication service. So why ownership is missing? Because uh, at a certain point in time you have to use that service, and in major cases it happens services are being produced simultaneously, and you have to consume it simultaneously, right? So for example, if you are going to consult any doctor, so whatever consultation he or she is providing you, so you have to consume it immediately. Means you have to pay attention to that. You have to get all those services at the time when the person is ready to provide you, and you cannot store it for a later point in time. And you cannot say like, I have paid ₹1,000 fee to that doctor, so now I am owning that doctor. This is something which doesn't happen in services, right? But in case of products, you can have a ownership, and that is the major underlying difference which is over there between the products and services. And that is the biggest reason, like whatever approaches which we were talking about so far. So probably we have talked about the 4 P's and then the 3 extended P's and segmentation and many other concepts in context of product marketing. But whenever it comes to marketing of services, so definitely the approach will be very much different. I'm not at all saying the concepts, the principles of marketing are going to change. Definitely, this will remain same. But the way you are going to approach to the people, the way you are going to market the services, it will be very much different from the products. And there are different forms of services. I'm again not going into the detail. This is the service, that is the service, because we all know, can very clearly differentiate between what is product and what is service. So these are the major differences which are over there between the products and services, and that is the reason. So whatever kind of efforts which we are putting on marketing the products as compared to marketing the services, so definitely it is going to vary. And majorly there is a difference in the approach through which we market the products as compared to we market the services. And that is the reason there is a very dedicated course to this, which is known as marketing of services or services marketing. And the idea is like, uh, whatever you consider as a part of service, so the nature is completely different from the products, and the way people consume it, the way people buy it, the way people pay for services, whatever services which you are getting, or whatever services which the marketers are delivering you. So these are fundamentally very much different from the any kind of products which we are buying, and that is the reason. So there is a separate and a dedicated course which is known as services marketing. I'm not going into much detail, but this is the basic difference which we really need to understand. And by the reason being like, whenever we say like marketing is universally applicable, that is true. It is very much universally applicable, but definitely the course of actions will definitely vary if you are marketing a products as compared to if you are marketing the services. So that is the basic understanding which I wanted to create about how products are different from the services. Now we'll talk about in some more detail why services are very much different from the products, right? So there are four major characteristics which actually differentiates the services from the products. And any kind of service you can talk about, any example you can quote, and you will see these are the four major bases of differences which are over there whenever we compare it with any kind of products, right? First and foremost important characteristics is intangibility, right? So services cannot be seen, tested, felt, or smelled before the purchase, right? And what is the reason? Because services are something which are being created simultaneously, right? So it is intangible in nature, it is not physically available. So if you are going to buy a water bottle, if you are going to buy a mobile phone, so definitely you can take a demonstration of it. But in case of services, it is not possible, because at the time when you are going to receive that service, then only you will be able to experience it, then only you will be able to realize what service you are getting, and what quality of service you are actually getting at all, right? And this is the very first characteristics of service which actually differentiates the services from the products. The second important characteristics is inseparability. So you cannot separate the service provider from the services, right? So either it can be a hairdresser, or it can be a doctor, it can be a teacher, it can be a musician, it can be a pilot, right? Any kind of services where a service provider's role is there. So whatever knowledge, whatever qualities, whatever expertise, or whatever skills which a person is having, so definitely they are going to use these skills, this knowledge, this expertise, and then they are going to deliver the services. So you cannot separate this the services which are being provided by the service provider from the service provider, right? And why it cannot be separated, because these are not something which is available in physical. These are the kind of there are no possessions at all, and you cannot separate this, right? I hope you are getting my point very clearly, the examples which I'm trying to quote here to explain each one of this point, right? The third important characteristics is variability. And what is variability? So who is providing a service, and definitely the quality of a service, the output of a service, the final delivery of a service is very much depends upon that, right? And that is the reason. So we see like it happens with most of the people, like we always trust our family doctor or a family physician. We always trust most of the doctors whom we are already in touch with. And what is the reason? The consultation, the overall diagnosis that can be done by a doctor who knows us really well, possibly that cannot be done by any other doctor. And it is not the case there are no good doctors available apart from the doctor which we trust or which we are in touch with. But the reason being, the kind of services which you are going to receive, it is going to vary. And that is the reason. So quality of services is very much depends upon the person who is going to provide it, and also where it is being provided and how it is being provided. So it is not only who, but it is also about when, where, and how. And these things actually really matters. So we can take the same example in other context as well. So the different kind of services are having a different kind of experiences, right? So I'm sure all of you remembers and all of you enjoy movie watching experience in a theater. And we know like what difference it actually makes when we are watching a movie in a theater, and the same movie we are watching by sitting at our home. Possibly we are watching it on a television or on our laptops or on any other gadgets, but the kind of services or the kind of experience which we are going to get inside a movie theater, it is definitely going to vary. And that is the reason this where element is also plays a very prominent role, right? The fourth and for another important characteristics which differentiates the services very much from the products is it cannot be stored for a lateral sale or use, right? And services are perishable, right? So for example, if you are booking flight tickets from possibly from Indore to Delhi or Bhopal to Delhi, and you wanted to travel at a particular date, if you are going to miss that flight, so you cannot use the same services at later point in time. You can, and even the airline company cannot do the same thing. They cannot say like X person has missed the flight on this date, and the same services we can provide them to later, and we can store the same services, because at a particular point in time all those seats which got vacated, they cannot be restored, and that is the reason it is perishable. And most of the services which we use are time bound, right? So possibly you are having a membership of Amazon Prime or Z5 or many of these OTT platforms which are over there. So all these are the time bound services. Whatever amount you pay, it is actually bounded for a 6 months or a year. And it is not the case like anytime you can use at any point in time, like after the particular time up to which the services are being available for you. And that is the reason. So it is perishable as well, and you cannot store the services for a later consumption. And this is the fourth major difference or characteristic which makes services very much different from the product. And that is the reason. So there is a completely different mechanism, or there is a completely different approach is required when you are marketing the services as compared to while you're as compared to your marketing the products, right? The one more thing I wanted to discuss in this context of services marketing. So this is known as services marketing triangle, right? So as we are discussing, like services marketing is really important, and it is very much different from a product marketing. So how we can actually do it? So there are three major elements of this services marketing triangle as you are seeing over here, and which plays a very prominent role, right? So as you see, there are a different kind of relationship which are over there among these three parties, right? So there is a company who can be also termed as a service provider, and service providers are also the employees, the people who are going to provide the services. and on the other hand you are seeing there are some customers which are over there. So there are three different types of marketing which will be required, and which will be a part of this services marketing triangle, right? So the first and foremost important is the internal marketing, right? And what is this internal marketing? What kind of vision, mission, objectives, what kind of internal marketing company does to communicate effectively inside the organization, right? So for example, how excellent any company is going to provide any service, right? It can be an airline company, it can be any hotel company. So what kind of services they are going to provide? First, they train their own employees. First, they communicate inside the organization. And the same communication goes outside through interactive marketing, right? So the same communication, the frontline employees, the backline employees, and all those people who are the face of the organization, they do it with the customers, right? And there are many possible ways. So they may do a personal selling where there is a service encounters are there, right? So for example, you are if you are like traveling through a flight, so first you go to a boarding counter for a check-in or possibly for collecting your boarding passes, and here the service encounters actually happens. The second possible way is customer service centers which are over there, and they are going to help you in one or other way. And service escapes which are known as the also known as the social media, where it is going to help you to create your overall experience. What kind of awareness, what kind of we can say the kind of image which has been created in your mind about that particular service. So service escapes actually play its prominent role, right? And the same goes to the external marketing, where company openly communicate about themselves, right? And in all those form where there is an external marketing which is happening, right? Either they are doing advertising, sales promotion, public relations, direct marketing, or maybe some of the forms of digital marketing which they are using to communicate to the customers, right? And what communication they are doing? First, who they are means what they actually do, what company actually does, and what kind of services they provide. Second important thing can be what difference they can make. If there are other competitors which are available in the market, so how they are different from other competitors which are over there, and what are the offerings which are there for them, means for the customers which they are having. And this comes under the external marketing, right? So under this services marketing triangle, so there are three types of marketing which is happening. First, it starts with internal marketing, which is happening with between the company and the employees who are known as the service providers. Second, interactive marketing, which is happening between service providers and customers. When any kind of interaction is happening, it can be offline interaction, it can be online interaction. And third, it goes to the external marketing, which companies intentionally do to make aware the customers, to create awareness about the products and services which are offered by company to the customers. So these are the three major building blocks of this services marketing triangle. And whenever you are marketing any kind of services, so these are the three building blocks which are really important. And one last but not least important element is technology. And why technology is in the center? Because technology is connecting all these three, right? All these three parties we can consider, or all these three, we can say, the components of this. So these are actually connected through technology, and technology is helping them internally, technology is helping them externally, and technology is helping them to interact with the customer. So technology is at the core, it is a major role player in this services marketing triangle. So that is known as a services marketing triangle. And the idea here is all these three forms of marketing is required when you are marketing any kind of services, right? So let me take a small pause, and if you are having any query, we can actually discuss those queries, or we can address those queries first, and then we'll move ahead. Have you got this concept right? How product and services both are completely different? What are the characteristics which are making services very much different? And what is the services marketing triangle at all? So these are the things which we have discussed so far. Yeah, your responses, please. I hope all of you are there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your response. Thanks, Dalit. Thanks, Shruti. Okay, so let us move ahead. If this is clear, then yeah, Jeet, thank you. Yeah, Priyanka. Okay. So let us quickly move ahead and discuss the remaining set of topics which are over there. So now we will gradually move towards the digital marketing, right? So far, the major things which were discussed were in the context of traditional marketing. Traditional marketing, in a sense, the classical marketing. I usually use the word classical in a sense. Whatever things, either we talk about the different modes of promotion, or if we talk about any form of any channel which you are using to communicate with your customers. So these are the very classical modes of marketing, and it has its own importance. So now we are gradually moving from traditional to digital marketing. So what are the changes which what are the major changes which the market has actually witnessed, right? So previously it was a product driven marketing and it has become a customer centric marketing, right? So product driven marketing becomes a customer centric marketing, then it has become a human centric marketing, and now human centric marketing has become like human centric marketing is happening with a technological assistance, right? And this major change which we have seen in the previous years, in the past years, right? So there was previously much focus on the quality of a product, and there was a thought like something, if it is of a quality, so people will buy it and the demand will definitely will be created. But then the thought has shifted, like uh, ultimately product is important, but what consumers think about the product, what customers actually want. And then the focus has been shifted to customer centric marketing. But then the marketers have very soon realized, like customers at the end of the day are the humans, right? And whatever needs, whatever wants which we are talking about, so these are derived through human nature. So whatever like the qualities of human which are over there, whatever behavior which they showcases, or we can also say the kind of emotions which they showcases when we are buying any product or service. So that is the reason. So focus has been shifted to human centric marketing. Still human centric marketing is happening, but nowadays technology is a major role player in the marketing which is happening. So this is a shift which we are seeing, and now we'll be talking major things in context of digital marketing, right? And uh, actually just ignore this title by mistake, it is over there. I'm talking about the definition of digital marketing here, right? So what is digital marketing? So it is any form of direct marketing which links consumers with sellers electronically using interactive technologies like emails, websites, online forums. It can be any news groups, it can be interactive television, it can be mobile communications, etc., right? This is the definition which is given by Kotler and Armstrong in 2009, right? What is the core idea here? Like marketing is something which is happening through digital channels, which is happening through online mode and electronically. So what is the major role player here is technology. So technology we are using, and the same marketing we are doing, right? It also facilitates one to one and many to many communication. So nowadays we are in a connected world, and whatever we do, whatever we share, so we can do it very effectively and very easily, because all of us are connected and we are connected with the marketers. And on the other hand, marketers are equally capable to reach out to us. So marketers usually execute many different strategies to promote products, services in a timely, relevant, and personal and cost-effective manner. And this is possible because digital marketing is there. It also connects people, buyer and seller, using technology platforms. So there are two parties about which we are discussing since the beginning, right? So marketplace consists of people, and who are the people? Buyers and sellers. Nowadays, these buyers and sellers are connected online, and we use the other term as a e-commerce, right, where the buyers and sellers both are connected. But one key thing which we have to remember, like digital marketing is actually not at all about technology. It's always about people, right? So I'm not at all trying to say like technology is a major role player. Technology is a game changer. There is no second thought to it. But what is the crux of it, what is at the core of it? So marketing is all about people, marketing is all about centered on people, and technology is enabler here, right? Technology is a major role player here, but it is not at all about technology at all, right? So that is the understanding which we have to keep when we are talking about digital marketing. So I hope this will make you clear the meaning of what is digital marketing at all. Now we'll talk about what are the three primary capabilities which digital marketing possesses, and which is making digital marketing more effective as compared to traditional marketing. In a sense, wherever the audience is available online, and wherever a marketer wanted to save the cost of on these traditional channels. So definitely these are the three primary capabilities which we are going to talk about, which makes digital marketing more effective as compared to uh, traditional marketing channels, right? First is it is content, right? Second, it is communication, and third, it is commerce, right? So what is content here? So we are seeing different forms of content which are available. So majorly in the form of videos, images, different forms of text, and podcast, and so on and so forth. So there is a much content which we are seeing on digital platforms, and this content is making whatever like interaction which is happening very much effective. There are different modes of communications which are being used, right? So like mobile phones are there, laptops are there, and if you particularly focus on different channels under this, so one can do the voice mailing. One can also go for like voice search nowadays is very much in trend. Another important thing is like different modes are there. Emailing can be done, social media messaging can be done. So there are different forms, and even chatbots is something which we cannot ignore at all. Chatbots are there. So the communication is multidimensional nowadays, and that is possible, and that is one of the another important capability of digital marketing which is over there. The third and another important capability is commerce. So it is not just about connecting people, it is also about doing the transaction. It is also about selling of goods and services. It is also about exchange process which is happening online. And that is the reason commerce is something we can refer to online selling. All this e-commerce like websites or applications which are over there. So digital marketing is actually helping them to gain much advantage and gain much benefits of this the channels which are offered by digital marketing, so that they can so the marketers can actually very effectively get connected with the consumers whom they wanted to serve. And these are the three primary capabilities which is making digital marketing a very kind of a, we can say a very effective effective mode of promotion or a marketing which we can say, right? So I just wanted to stop here, pause here for a few seconds. So just hold on, I think there are a few people in the waiting room. Yeah. So have you got the meaning of this digital marketing, right?
Yes, sir,
Okay,
it's clear.
thank you. So let us quickly move ahead. And now I'm going to talk about the different modes of digital marketing which are over there. Or you can also say the different channels which one can use when you are doing a digital marketing. So previously we have talked about advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, publicity, word of mouth in terms of traditional marketing or a classical marketing. But here we are discussing this in terms of digital marketing. So how they are different, and how it is making a job of marketers very effective and easy. So let us discuss each one of this one by one very quickly, and then we'll move ahead, right? So first and foremost, popular channel is organic social, right? So this is the post which I have taken from Instagram account. So nowadays this is very much in trend, like many of the celebrities or maybe the famous people or popular people which are over there. So they create different forms of digital content, and majorly on this social media channel, and we call it as an organic social. Why this is organic social? Because the post which has been created by this celebrity here, so the brand has not paid anything to this celebrity, but maybe it is a kind of association, it is a kind of maybe a kind of a word of mouth she wanted to spread, and that is the reason she's promoting this particular brand. And this is known as organic social. Why this is organic social? Because this is something for which the brand has not actually paid that particular celebrity to create this post. But if at all, if it has been paid, so definitely they will mention it's a paid promotion, or it's a paid like publicity which any particular celebrity is doing, right? So this is known as organic social, and this is a form of one of the forms of digital marketing which is over there. The second, we usually call it as a sponsored post, and we very frequently see it on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn and all across the social platforms. And this is known as paid social. Why this is paid social? Because there is a known sponsor which is over there, which is known as Hyundai. They have paid for that particular space, time, and the audience they wanted to reach out to. And that is the reason the people who are very much targeted audience, they are seeing this advertisement. And this is paid social because there is a payment which has been done by this brand to do the advertising, right? So this is known as paid social. Another mode or channel is known as ACO, which is we also call it as a search engine optimization. So what is search engine optimization? So basically marketers, or more specifically digital marketers, put lots of efforts in deciding what kind of content they should put on their website or web pages, what types of keywords are something which is at the core whenever we talk about SEO, what type of keywords they should use, and what type of hashtags, what type of, we can see, on page optimization, off page optimization they should do when they wanted to increase the reach on their web pages or website, right? And Google or maybe any other search engine which you are using, so their result will be coming at top, right? So this is one example which has been given over here. So I have searched about best digital marketing course, right? These are the keywords which as a user I have put in a Google, and these are some of the organic results which are coming at the top as you are seeing over here. So maybe this is search engine journal.com, Udemy, Marketing Land, Sulekha. So whatever the most immediate or maybe the most relevant results the Google is showcasing here. And why it is coming? Because all of this websites you put some efforts on these keywords, and these keywords are somewhere you are seeing in the content of the websites which are over there. It can be in their URL, it can be in the title of this particular page which is over there, it can be in the core content of the website. It is possible in many, like at many places, and many different efforts which they have put. And this all this comes under ACO. And remember one thing, SEO is not a paid form of marketing. And why it is not paid? Because a marketer is not paying anything to Google to get to come on the top in these results, right? And that is the reason it is known as organic mode of promotion. But the next is known as SEM, which is known as search engine marketing, and it is a paid form of promotion. And there is a complete mechanism behind it. I'm not going into that detail because that is a very detailed discussion we will be required. Definitely, I would recommend to just go through some of the tutorial videos which will give you more clarity about how SEM works. But the major idea here is there is a bidding happens, and suppose you are someone like there are two advertisements which you are seeing on this page. And why these are the advertisement? As you are seeing, this ad extension is there, a dot, and it is clearly telling these are the results which have not come organically, but there is a known sponsor. One is harvard.edu, second is simplylearn.com. They have bid for it, for this particular space, they have bid for this particular keywords, and out of this bidding process they have won this particular for time being, they are coming on the top when the user is using this keywords. And majorly whenever we search about any keywords, whenever we search about any product or services, so usually this results come at the top. This SEM results come at the top. Sometimes it happens you may find it in between as well on a single web page or maybe search engine result page. So You may find somewhere them in between, but majorly or most of the times it comes on the top. And two or three major paid results you will find on a single search engine page. And these are the results which are coming out of SEM, which is known as search engine marketing. The next is about blogging. Blogging is a very potent tool if you are someone who is a storyteller, if you wanted to share your own ideas, your own experiences, so you can start blogging, right? And blogging is again a free tool. You simply have to create your account on two or three different blogging sites which are over there. And if you wanted to spend some money, definitely you can have your own blog website as well. And It's an open platform. And what is the benefit? So many of the bloggers actually write the guest blogs, or guest they do the guest blogging for different brands or different popular places to visit, or maybe the different attractions which are over there. And this helps them to do the promotion of their products and services. But here this blog has been written for the tourism purpose. So here the person who has written this blog, so he's sharing his own experiences of visiting different places, or maybe his life experiences he is sharing through this blog. So it can be for any purpose, but blogging is another potent tool or a mode of promotion which is over there in the digital marketing. The next is virtual events, which are very much popular. What are these virtual events? So during this pandemic time, it has happened like many of these companies. It is not only about automobile company, but many of the companies from other industries as well. They were not able to hold the physical events. So what they were doing? So they were organizing some virtual events. And one of such events is Skoda has launched their new model of Rapid Online, and it was a complete virtual launch which was over there. And if I'm not wrong, somewhere around in year 2020 they have done this launching. And this was a virtual event. And definitely this is the another mode of digital marketing which is over there, where you can market your products using the virtual events. And this is one such launch event. There are many conferences, business summits, there are different panel discussions, which are the another virtual events which provides an opportunity to the marketer to encash that and reach out to the target audience. So these are the major channels which are over there. Last but not least important is word of mouth marketing, which is e-word of mouth marketing. Here I'm not talking about people who are talking each other personally, but what they are doing, they are using the digital channels, their social media handles they are using, and they are doing a word of mouth marketing. They are promoting different places, products, or services by doing promotion of it at their own. And remember one thing, word of mouth marketing is majorly a kind of promotion which is encouraged by a brand, not by paying something to the users, but maybe by providing a very excellent services or some experiences. Or second possible way, maybe they will be just uh, got a kind of experience, or they have been incentivized in a sense. No any particular payment has been done to them, but they are encouraged to share something positive about the product, services, and experiences which they are having. One such example I have actually put here is about the user generated content. And this is a part of one of the very popular campaigns of MP tourism, which is known as Memories of Destination. And believe me, it is one of the most successful campaigns of MP tourism. And what they've done, so in 2018 they have run this campaign all across the social media platforms. And they have asked user to share their own images. You can see like all of these pictures are captured by individuals, not by the official or not by the official cameraman, or not by the official marketer, which is known as MP tourism. And what they've done, they have put all these pictures on their social media handles, website, so that people can actually see it. And very interestingly, they have tagged all these people who actually shared these photographs. And there was a contest which has happened. And the top right one picture which you are seeing, this is the first prize winner of this particular contest. What was the idea? Just to first, whatever the popular places which are over there of Madhya Pradesh, so people will be talking about it. and possibly there are not so explored places which are also there. And if some people have already went there, or if they are having some experiences about that place, so they can be promoting those places as well, and all their social network is going to know about these places. And very interestingly, there is a good amount of rise in 2009, or good amount of footfall which MP tourism has witnessed after this campaign. So this is known as word of mouth marketing, and more particularly user generated content in all those cases where users are sharing something about them. I have one good video about this. I will be showing you that video if it will play. There's a condition which is over there. Yeah, one last board or one last channel I forgot, and you can consider it as a channel as well as, see, there are two school of thoughts. One considers social media marketing as a part of digital marketing. Other considers as a complementing tool. So digital marketing is something which consists of SEO, SEM, and website, web pages, all this as a part of digital marketing. And all this social platforms which you are seeing over here, which have been majorly mentioned, and which are very much popular in our country as well. So all of this considered as a social media marketing channels. And in some cases, like whatever examples which were taken previously, so some of this actually the modes were very much depends upon the social media only. And social media is something as a kind of tool for them. It is a platform for them to just whatever communication they wanted to do, so they can do it very the social media marketing is enabling them to do that communication, right? So this is the another mode of digital marketing which is over there. And majorly we have talked about, I'm just going back once again, so from where we have started. So first mode we have talked about organic social, which is not a paid one. Second is a paid social, where there is a known sponsor which is over there. Next is about SEO, where we put all those efforts on our website and all our web pages, so that we will be coming in a top search results wherever people putting some relevant search queries. Similarly, SEM is a paid one, where we are bidding for a right place, right time, and once we won that bid, so definitely our results will be coming on in the search engine results page. The next is blogging, virtual events. Then we have talked about word of mouth marketing, and last is social media marketing. So these are the major possible ways through which one can actually use the digital marketing as a very important, though it is in a developing phase in a sense, because many benefits definitely marketers are reaping out of this all these modes or channels which we have talked about, but still it is in a evolvement phase. So whatever things which we were talking about in context of traditional marketing, or in context of we are saying the classical marketing, so all of these channels were very much evolved. It has been tried and tested over the years. But if we talk about all these digital marketing channels, so it has been emerged in the last 5 to 7 years, or majorly in last 10 years, it has been emerged over the period of time. So now it is being tried and tested, and many positive as well as mixed results are coming. But one thing is sure, digital marketing channels are complementing traditional marketing channel up to extent. And that is the reason more and more marketers nowadays are moving towards digital marketing. One or two major benefits I would definitely like to talk about digital marketing here. First and foremost important is the measurement which is possible. So in traditional marketing, one of the biggest drawbacks is if you are giving your advertisement in a newspaper, or you are actually putting lots of efforts in sales promotion, or possibly you are giving your advertisement on as in the form of television commercial, so how much money you are making out of it? And we usually call it as a black box. Many known authors have called advertising as a black box. Why it's a black box? Because you don't know how much benefits you are getting, and measurement is somehow not possible, and at an individual level it is not possible. But on the other hand, if you are using digital marketing, so a single penny you are spending on digital marketing, a single effort which you are putting, you can definitely measure it, and you can know the results which you are getting. Second important factor is the cost. So how much cost which you are incurring on traditional marketing, so possibly the reach which you are getting is still a mass reach. But here it can be a very targeted reach. If you wanted to target your audience very specifically, and if you wanted to target your audience which is a niche audience, so definitely it is very much possible in case of digital marketing. And third, and another very big difference, and very much like why digital marketing is very much in trend, is technology is at the base. Technology is something which is playing its important role here, and technology is something which is supporting digital marketing, and one can stay connected with if you are a marketer, so you can be in touch with your consumers, and your consumers may belong to any geographical location of world. It is not mandatory they should belong to India. And similarly, consumers can stay connected with their brands or maybe the marketers. It's a vice versa which is over there, and there is no limitation which is over there. So these are the three major benefits which actually make digital marketing a very potent tool, and it complements the traditional marketing. It overcomes whatever limitations which were over there for the traditional marketing. It overcomes all those limitations. So now I would like to like hold on my talk for a few minutes, and any query or any question you wanted to ask. Is this clear? Whatever modes of digital marketing which we have talked about, or we can also call it as different channels which we are using.
Yes, sir. I have a question here.
Yeah, Khil, please go ahead.
Like it is related to the blogging. You talked about blogging and vlogging also. So can we consider this blogging and vlogging as content marketing? Because
Absolutely. You can say it as a content marketing as well. Basically, see, what is the role of content? So content is any form of digital content which is available on your own website. It can be available on your social media platforms. It can be available all across. Blogging is one of the important platform for you where this digital content is available. It can be a kind of a blog which you are writing for yourself, or majorly in most of the cases the guest blogging is very much impactful, and it is a kind of form of a digital content.
okay, thanks, sir.
Okay. Any more queries? Have you got this right? Because there is a paucity of time. That is the reason I was little fast in whatever things which I was explaining. But I hope you would have got it, because I have used whatever appropriate examples which I can use at different places. So let me do one thing. Let me stop sharing the screen. I'm trying to play one video. If it will be a successful attempt, then it would be fine. Otherwise, I'll share the link with you. Just allow me a few minutes.
Sir, after this video, could you
Yeah.
please explain little bit about the heterogeneity characteristic about services?
Heterogeneity characteristics. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you. I'll talk about it. I'm going to play this video. If you don't get a sound, then please let me know.
Tak 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 tak
Are you
tak
getting a sound?
tak 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 tak
Yes.
Yes, sir.
लगाए एमपी में दुनिया हक बक की हो जाए पैलेस मन मंदिर मन बन बंदर ताके झाके ताके बाटे ग्वालियर लाल बाग गुरु 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 गुर्राए सक कान्हा सक पकाए माते उज्जैन का ढिंका छप 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 जाए ओढ़चा छतरी का मोर्चा अरे लेफ्ट जा थोड़ा राइट जा अरे लेफ्ट नहीं थोड़ा पर अरे अरे ये ताजमहल कहाँ से आ गया भाई पूरनपुर में ताजमहल, ताजमहल डबल डबल पजल पजल करो गूगल, मंडू का महल देखो, टाइटैनिक कपल देखो, अरे राजा देखो और रानी देखो, पिक 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 प्रेम कहानी देखो, पचमढ़ी के से किस्से किस्से देखो, लव 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 किस्से 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 देखो, किस्से 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 किस बुट्टे के किस, सर 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 सर्राफे का एक चक्कर हो जाए, ओ चक्कर के चक्कर में शक्कर का चक्कर हो जाए, कद काठी लंबी लाठी लम 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 लमलम, बड़ा तालाब के संग संग दंग 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 करते दंग दंग दंग, धुआंधार फूटे धम 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 धम, तक दिन तक खजरा हो थिरकाए, दिन दिन तक आंखों में दिल में एमपी बस 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 जाए भैया बस, एमपी से दिल भर भर ना भर पाए, धक धक.
Okay, so just allow me a second. Okay, so out of my passion towards tourism, so I got to watch this. I got to watch this video. I got this content. What was the core idea? I'm very quickly going to discuss about this. This is a part of UGC, right? User generated content, right? And this was the campaign which I was talking about. It was on the same line. So what MP Tourism has done, so they have run this contest and they've asked the users, the people who are active on different social media platforms, to get all those memories which they have captured not only in a soft form but majorly in a hard form. And you are seeing many of these photographs people have captured in their in their childhood, and probably it was majorly in the form of hard copy photographs which are over there, and they have to capture all this series of photograph and they have to post it on the MP Tourism's social media handle, and they have shared it with MP Tourism. Even MP Tourism has posted it by tagging all those people, and it was one of the most successful campaigns, and they have prepared this TVC as well, and very beautiful, very successful campaign, and very much results, ground results, which MP Tourism have actually got after this campaign. So I thought, let me just share the same. And this is the power, and they have actually very nicely actually used the traditional media as well. All those photographs which were in the hard form, they have actually asked people to like take out all those photographs and share it on the digital media, and very beautifully designed campaign. And Ogilvy Mather was a mind behind it, which is their advertising agency for MP Tourism. Even most of the tourism bodies which are over there all across the states, so they are having the same ad agency which is over there. So let me quickly go ahead with the Akhil has just asked one query. Seema, again you have started sharing your screen. You need to stop sharing it. Okay, so the next thing which I wanted to discuss, I'll quickly go to that on as well. But Akhil has posed one question: what is the heterogeneity characteristic of services? So heterogeneity means the things are not identical. So what is the another major characteristic we can say which differentiates services from products is heterogeneity in a sense. You cannot standardize the services, right? The services, it is somehow which is very much related to variability characteristics which I have discussed. So a person who is going to produce a service, a person who is going to provide a service, so it is very much dependent upon that, and it will be very much heterogeneous. One cannot actually just completely standardize the services, and that is the reason there is a much variability which we get from if we are getting a service from a one person or from a one service provider to another service provider. So the food which we eat at a one restaurant is very much different from any other restaurant, right? So similar case, the airline which we travel from one, if we travel from one airline, and if we try to compare it with the any other experience which we are if you travel with any other airline, so definitely it will vary. And why it happens? Because heterogeneity characteristic is there in the services. So I hope this will clarify what Akhil you have asked.
If we say in the
Mm-hmm.
layman language,
Mm-hmm.
like services are same. I mean, service is same,
Mm-hmm.
but the way of presenting that services or providing that services is
Yes.
the main point,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. Services are same, but the way it has been designed, the way it has been produced, and the way it has been delivered. So it is definitely going to vary who is providing it, and majorly depends upon the service providers. Similar case, let me take a very contextual example. Why we go to a same tailor every time to get a stitch or cloths? Because the person who is going to stitch, if we are going to, it all about the measurement and the way they are going to stitch the cloths. And similar is the case with the hairdresser. So it is going to vary who is actually providing it and who is actually producing it. And very interestingly, in case of services, production and delivery happens many times in a, so it happens simultaneously. There is no any separate process which is over there. So heterogeneity is something which makes it different from products,
Got it, sir. Thank you.
right? So let us not delay further. Very quickly, we are going to move towards the next set of discussion, which is over there. I just allow me a few seconds. Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir.
Okay,
No.
let me share it once again. Okay. Now, very quickly, we are going to talk about how technology is changing consumer behavior, how technology is playing its prominent role, and very, very important change which marketers have witnessed or the consumer behavior analysts have witnessed is the way consumers search for and buy a product is very much changed, right? And I'm very much sure all of you will agree with this fact. Like it was not the case when all this online buying was there, that whenever we go for buying anything, so we do a very extensive search about the product quality, price, features, because there was a limitation of the, in terms of resources, in terms of the availability of information, it was very much limited. But nowadays, usually what we do, either we are buying something online or we are buying something offline, but we do extensive research about buying something. It can be a small mobile, it can be a mobile cover, it can be a mobile phone, it can be a car, or it can be an aeroplane. Whatever we are buying, we do extensive research about it. And technology is something at the base. It is providing us, it is actually empowering customers to get enough information, get enough awareness about the products and services which are available in the market. And that is the reason this major change is actually causing marketers to think about how they can serve the customers, what are the possible ways they can actually serve the customers, and what changes which are happening in the consumer behavior. So some of the points I am going to discuss very quickly. So rise of voice search is there. We are seeing all across, like people have started using a voice search, and whenever they are searching for any product or service, even if they are using Amazon or Flipkart or maybe any other e-commerce platform, so they are using a voice search. Personalization is very much on the top, and nowadays you can get personalized anything, any product or any service you wanted to get personalized. Definitely you have to pay some extra cost, you will have to incur some more energy, but personalization is something which is very much possible. Social media is something which is creating a buzz, and even social media is very important tool nowadays to promote something. And if you are starting something from scratch, you definitely don't require to put all those resources which previously people were putting into their businesses. You can start something at your home and you can create a buzz about it. Customers are more empowered due to high access to the information. We are very much informed customers. We are having a very much information available about the products, its features, its quality, its characteristics, who are the sellers who are offering them, and that is the reason we are informed customers. Interconnectivity is there. So very interestingly, we can connect with people whom we know, and even we can connect with people whom we don't know, and we can get the information from them. Artificial intelligence is leveling the information playing field. Means chatbots are there, and I'm very much sure all of you are having experience of using the chatbots. Even if not, then please definitely use it, either to get a solution about any problem, or maybe if you have any queries, so you can reach out to any of the service provider where you have avail any kind of services, and chatbots are something which is very much crucial nowadays to deliver the information. Relevance filtering is increasing, so we don't have to search look for each and every possible product or service which is available online. Definitely we can use different filters, and we can find, we are going to get a very relevant results which we are looking for. And there is a rise of prosumer. What is rise of prosumer? So nowadays we are seeing less as consumers and more as prosumers. What is the difference between consumers and prosumers? Consumers are someone who are actually getting the information about things, maybe it's a product or services, and then they are going for buying something. But nowadays many a times it is happening like marketers are getting information from consumers. What is the idea, product idea they are having, what they want from them, what is the kind of personalization they want, what is the different kind of changes which they want in the product or service which is over there. So consumers who are having much awareness, now they are actually helping the firms to come up with the new product ideas and services, and this is known as rise of prosumers. And on demand, anything anytime which is available, and anywhere you can get anything. Why it is possible? Because technology is at place, and this is something which is making the job of marketers very much easy. So these are some of the changes which we are witnessing all across, and which is actually playing its major role in changing the consumer behavior. And as the consumer behavior is changing, so the marketers who are using different marketing strategies and channels, so it is also changing. So that is the idea which I intended to discuss here. Very quickly I'll play one or two more videos, and then like we already run out of time, but I'll take hardly 10 minutes more, and then we'll wrap it up. Just allow me a few sec. I'm playing another video which I intended to play. One video I'm going to play in context of a voice search, and second video I'm going to play in context of how technology is actually helping the marketers to uh, gain the much information about consumers, and it is also equally sharing the information with the consumers. Possibly you might have seen this advertisement before, and many of you just hold on, just give me a second. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen once again. If you are not going to get a sound, then please let me know.
Okay. Yeah, that's look good. All right. Everything okay? Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. गरजते बादल और कड़कती बिजली. Right now in Bengaluru it is 19 degrees centigrade with heavy rains and thunderstorm. How's that? Is that right? Is it okay? बिल्कुल. तो बताइए फोटोग्राफर का मनपसंद गाना क्या होगा? ज़ूम बराबर ज़ूम. मैडम ये तो समय निकल गया. ट्रेन निकल गई थी 1973 में. समझ के समझ को समझो. समझना भी एक समझ है. समझ के जो न समझे मेरी समझ में वो ना समझ हो. मुश्किल था.
Right, so one of such videos which I intended to show you, the idea is voice search is something which is present in future of search, and Alexa is one of the major players in the industry who actually taken this benefit, and they have actually got the voice of Amitabh Bachchan in Alexa, and that is the one thing which is related to voice search. I'm playing one more video which is going to talk about this how technology is changing consumer behavior and how it is helping marketers and consumers. Are you able to see my screen?
Not now, sir. Earlier it was.
Just hold on. I'll share it once again. Okay. If you don't get a sound, then please let me know. Right. So we were talking about like how this uh, artificial intelligence is playing its role, and how technology is also really a good enabler in that case. So we can see nowadays even many notifications we also receive on our mobile phone, or many of these things are actually being managed by AI. And this is another reality for today, and even the coming tomorrow we'll be seeing artificial intelligence is something which is actually very much player, a big role player in case of sharing any information, or maybe connecting the marketers with the consumers. This is something which is another important milestone which we are seeing. Very quickly we'll be moving ahead and discuss the two more topics which I intended to discuss, and then we'll wrap up our discussion. Okay, so green marketing is the another thing which I intended to discuss, and why green marketing. Very first question will address it, because see, whatever efforts which we are putting on marketing, and if at all it is going to harm the environment, if it is at all it is not a sustainable solution, then definitely we won't be, means as a marketer or as a consumer we won't be able to practice it in the future. And that is the reason the concept of this green, or means sustainability, has come in the domain of marketing as well. And maybe whatever activities which we are doing, it should be not harming the environment, it should be preserving and conserving the environment, as well as it should be thinking more about the society from where all these resources are coming. So I'm not discussing all this building blocks or the components much in detail. I'm just quickly going through it. So consumer oriented marketing means major focus is on the consumers, like what consumers thinks important, and how whatever benefits a product and services can provide. So it should be target oriented towards consumer. Customer value marketing. So we understand this thing very much, like whatever value, so benefits should be directed towards the customers, and that is known as customer value marketing. Innovative marketing means using technology, using potent tools to make the lives of consumer easy, so that they will be more aware about the products and services, and they can make a better choice. Mission marketing means we are kept carrying some mission in the mind, we are planning some big changes to and we like this is a major terminology, or this is the major statements which we nowadays hear from many of the companies, like we wanted to make this planet a better place for living. So this is known as mission marketing, where all these companies are jointly working to make this planet a better place of living. And societal marketing means how this can benefit to the society, whatever efforts which we are putting on marketing. So ultimately the end result should benefit to the society. So these are some of the principles which underline the green marketing. The overall idea is whatever practices which we are doing under marketing, it should be sustainable, and it should not be harming the environment at all, right? So that's the understanding about it. Very quickly I'll go through the meaning of rural marketing. Anyway, in the beginning I have talked about it. What is rural marketing? It's a marketing system that involves development, planning, pricing, and distribution of goods and services so that people in rural areas can access basic products at fair prices. So why there is a requirement of a separate marketing domain? Because the needs and wants and the even the way people buy something in rural areas is very much different from as compared to any urban area, and that is the reason a complete different set of approach is required. And this is known as rural marketing, where we are actually targeting the people who are living in the rural areas, and all these quality products that should be available for them at a reasonable or fair prices. That's the idea of it. I'm not discussing much into this in much detail, but the idea here is marketers seeing the opportunity in rural areas, because there's a lot amount of population in our country residing in the rural area still, and by seeing this opportunity they wanted to tap those markets as well. But definitely the consumer behavior, the way they are going to segment this market is very much different from the urban markets, and that is the reason this is a complete different area of study which is over there, which is known as rural marketing. So I think that's all which I intended to discuss today. Though there were many things, I tried to cover most of the things which are really important from today's point of discussion. In case of any query, definitely you can reach out to me at later point in time as well. This is my personal email ID which you can use to reach out to me. I prefer emailing as a one of the sources to interact with my students. Second is LinkedIn is the another way which I also prefer, where I'm little bit active as compared to other social media platforms. And this is a code which intentionally I put here, so that if any one of you or maybe some of you are interested to be in touch, so you can simply be in touch by scanning it. So thank you. It has been a nice interacting with you so far, and like last 4 days, in a sense, like whatever things which were discussed, I have tried my best to justify, like the opportunity which has been provided to me by Smriti ma'am. And very quickly, please don't leave the meeting. I'm very quickly sharing the quiz link, as well as there is a feedback link. The feedback form, please do fill it. And the idea here is to do the improvement, and there is always a scope of improvement in anything which we do in our lives. And by keeping the same thought in the mind, I have designed that form. It is completely anonymous. You don't need to share even your email ID or anything. Simply you have to mark your responses, and it will be actually really helpful to me for future set of discussions, and possibly if I will be getting similar opportunities, so a better version of me may be coming in the future. So thank you all for your cooperation and your insightful discussion with me. Any question or any query? And please don't leave the meeting. I'm sharing both the links. First is for your quiz, as we usually do, and second is for marking the feedback, which is really important to me. Video links, definitely I can share, but I would recommend, like, all these videos are very much easily available on YouTube. So once you search the videos of MP tourism, you will get it very easily. So one link I have shared is of this quiz which is over there, and second link I'm sharing for a feedback. So please respond to both of this. Maybe feedback you can fill probably, just hold on. Maybe you can fill it by taking out your own time. There is no hurry in doing this. Feedback link I'll keep open till tomorrow. Around 10 a.m. I'll close this. So you can take out your own time, and whenever you feel comfortable, you can fill it. But your quiz, like, please respond to quiz questions in next 10 to 15 minutes. I'll close this then. Right. Any question, any query, anything which you need from my end to be discussed? I'm sharing the one video link which I have just played regarding this that technology thing, because probably you may require putting more efforts to find that video. MP tourism video, you will find it very easily. I'm very much sure about it. Okay, feedback form you are not able to access. Just hold on. Let me check. Maybe there are some settings. Oh, I'm really sorry. It is collecting emails. That is possible reason this is not allowing you to. Now just do a quick check if. mm, it is still asking for permission. Just allow me a few more seconds. I'm just checking it. Possibly there is some option which has been enabled which is not allowing you to answer.
Hi, good evening, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
that feedback form can only viewed by the owner only. So you have to edit that viewer link.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What response you are getting? It can only be viewed by the owner. Is it the
Yes, sir.
case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is accepting responses settings. Oh, just a sec. There was one option which has been enabled. Probably, possibly that was the reason.
You can change it through get shareable link.
Yes, yes. Now I'm just doing it once again. Actually, by mistake, actually I created it through my official email ID and it was restricting other users to access it. Now just try using it and try accessing it.
It is working, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I have shared the feedback form link once again, and also the quiz link is there. So both of the forms are open. So please mark your responses. And it has been a really nice interacting with all of you. And I wish you all the best for your career. And maybe very soon, if you are going to appear in the exam of marketing management, so I'm very much sure you all will be doing really good. So yeah, thank you, Smriti ma'am. Thanks for providing me this opportunity. And now I would like to sign off. And
Thank you,
definitely will.
Anurag ji, for the
Yeah.
nice sessions. And we'll upload the recordings on our
Okay.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that would be really
useful.
nice, ma'am.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be useful for all the learners.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, our learners are always, they are mostly working, so they are not
Yes.
able to
Yes.
attend.
No, I can understand,
So
ma'am.
many of them are watching through YouTube.
Okay. Okay. That's really nice. Okay.
So,
Sure.
we can wind it up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thank you, learners and Anuragji. On only one my request, you are ready for this academic counseling sessions. So really nice of you.
Yeah. No, thank you so
We
much,
look
ma'am.
forward for
Actually, it's a pleasure for me. I always enjoy this kind of opportunity. Teaching is my passion, so I can do it
nice.
anytime and
Great,
anywhere.
great.
Yeah.
So, uh,
So PPTs, ma'am, I'll share it with you, so
yeah,
you can
that
share it
please
with the
please share
participants.
it.
Sure. Tomorrow
So
I'll share all the PPTs all together with you.
okay,
Yeah.
definitely, I'll share with all the learners.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Anurag ji.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you. I'm
everyone,
signing off.
all the
Yeah.
learners. I'll send the academic counseling schedule for from Thursday onwards for MMPC 001. So, okay.